Alrighty, welcome back to the channel. We're back here with little No Man's Sky, and today we're going to be talking about how to make some money as a beginner player. And there are a ton of ways. This is a sandbox game, so there are a ton of ways to make money. Everything from just shooting ferrite dust to your heart's content and selling that, to scanning animals, to selling ships. There are numerous ways that you can make some money. So the specific things that we're going to be talking about in this video are some things that you can do in your home system before you build your hyperdrive, before you can get to the anomaly, before any of that stuff can even occur. We're gonna get you to your first million, your first couple of million, because them ships are expensive, them freighters are expensive, them frigates are expensive. Everything in this game costs units, and not everybody starts out over 1 billion units. I got 1.5 billion units right now, but you don't start there, you start at 0. So we're going to talk about a couple of things here right off the rip. The first thing that we want to talk about is, this is obviously an upgraded multi-tool, but the first thing you can do is build your analysis visor out, and it's incredibly cheap to build. I believe it only costs one carbon nanotube. So that's something you can get very early, and when you scan an uncommon animal, it's going to give you 1,600 units, which isn't a lot. Once you upgrade it though, you're going to see that I'm getting 137,000 units for an uncommon animal, and that guy was only 86,000. But that is because I only have 2 S-Class scanner upgrades on there. Once you get that 3rd scanner upgrade, you're going to get north of 300,000 for the rare species of animals. So that is thing 1 that you should be doing, but maybe even before you find your ship. Because once you start scanning animals, what that's going to open up for you is this discoveries. And you'll see here that if you complete all 11 animals on this planet, and this is going to be specific to each planet, but I have 2 of the 11 fauna discovered here, and if I get all 11, it's going to give me 2,750 nanites. That's not to mention the nanites you get just for uploading that one. I got 5 nanites for that. So not only is it a way for you to make some money early in the form of units, so that you can buy ships and whatnot, it's a way for you to start stacking up nanites. So that's the first tip, is to get your scanner going. My second tip for making money early is to get another multi-tool item going, and that would be your terrain manipulator. Now, your terrain manipulator is going to cost you 1 dihydrogen jelly and 2 carbon nanotubes to make, so that is also incredibly cheap. I believe you have to progress a little bit into the storyline to get it, but it's not very far. I had it made before I got my ship on my new account, so you can still get this one before you get your ship. But what you're going to be looking for with that are these buried technology modules, these little Wi-Fi symbols. So we'll mark that one and we'll go check it out. But you can see that they are scattered all about. There's 2, 3. Normally, wherever you land, you'll find 2 or 3 of them. So we're gonna go get this one. Let's zap this guy and see what we get for him. He's gonna be a rare. Yeah, so I'm getting 137 for rares. So that's because I only have the 2 S-Class upgrades. But this technology module here, you're gonna activate it, and it's gonna give you between 1 and 4. And that time we got lucky, we got 4. So we're gonna go look at those. And the reason these are so good are because they're worth 52,000 units each. So the 4 that I just picked up is 208,000 units. So a little bit of quick math there tells you that 20 of these is going to be a million. So that's going to be probably the fastest way for you to get your first million in this game, is to get your terrain manipulator going and dig up buried technology modules. Again, you're going to need a lot of them. Every planet has them. They're in every system. Every planet will have buried tech modules. You need them for unlocking stuff like your refiners, your building materials. Rude. So it ends up being a little bit of a double-edged sword because you do need them for other uses as well. But in the early game, I think it's worth dumping a few of them on the trader to get yourself going financially. Because when that S-class ship that you want lands, you want to be able to have the resources to purchase it. We'll grab one more here and just take a look at... y'all can do math. You're smart people. You're playing No Man's Sky. I fully trust that you can do math. But, you know, we got 16 of them now. We got almost a million as it is. So 832,000. And that actually is a good segue here into another little bit more RNG-based item for early cash is sometimes you will just find treasures, and the local authorities don't really love that you're taking these. As you can see, I've got a 3-star trouble rating, and a lot of friends chasing after me. We'll check these out once we break these guys away. Alrighty, so those sac venom, those are worth about 60,000 each, but you can see how much trouble 8,000 extra units got me for picking up these sac venom. You end up having to fight or avoid a bunch of sentinels. They are valuable, and you can get away without having to fight. It just seems to me, in my opinion, that buried technology modules are a much cleaner option for starting your bankroll. And that's going to bring us to tip 4. I think this might be probably the second best one, and that's to find you an asteroid field once you can get off the ground and start mining these asteroids. What you're going to get out of these is gold, tritium, and silver. And then this field didn't have any, but you'll see oddly shaped asteroids, and those will often give you platinum. What's nice about gold and silver and platinum is they all sell very high. Silver, I believe, is about 180 a unit. Gold is 353, I believe, and platinum is over 500 per unit. So from a time spent to income ratio, you're going to get pretty good money doing this. The other thing is, you can see in the corner there is I'm getting tritium hyperclusters, I'm getting gold nuggets. Those things can be broken down into gold or sold as is. Tritium is nice because you need it to fuel your pulse drive. But as you can see here, I only did a couple of minutes of farming, and I've got, 50 gold, 100 silver, and a fair amount of tritium hyperclusters. So you break these down or sell them. I choose to break them down here, but you can see there's a fair amount of value here. So this is a nice easy way to turn some time into some units. And the last thing that we're going to cover in this video is not really a consistent way to make money, so I'm calling it an honorable mention, but it is one of my favorite things to do in the game, and you can start doing it right away. And what that is that's going to be crashed ship hunting. Now, when you find a crashed ship, you have a couple of options. You can just leave it alone and collect all the goodies around it at the crash site, and just go on with your business. You can add it to your ship squadron and just keep it with you. You can fix it up, or you can sell it. Kind of. But you're going to want to find a transmission tower, and it's going to have this screen here, and when you open the screen, it's going to give you a basic math problem. This one is easy. We'll work through it here together. It's 1 times 2 is 2, 2 times 3 is 6, 6 times 4 is 24, 24 times 5 is 120, and 120 times 6 is 720. So you can see the progression, the patterning. Every problem is going to be similar to that. Once you get it right, you're going to get a green screen, and it's going to pull you out away from the building like this, and it will show you distress signal coordinates detected. That's the one we're looking for. That's the one that's going to give you a crashed ship. You can also find crashed freighters this way, but they're not, they have some good stuff in them. They're not quite as lucrative as this, in my opinion. So we flew over to where it was. It was a little ways away from the site on the same planet, and you can see here that this ship that is crashed is a hauler. Haulers are historically the most expensive ships. This might be a good opportunity to talk about why. It's because many people think that the class of a ship is what determines its value, and that's not the case at all. It has a small effect on it, but the primary determiner of the value of a ship is how many slots that ship has. So we're going to go around and we're going to open up all the containers that we can open. That long tube on the ground in the back there requires an Atlas Pass, one that we don't have, but you collect all your goodies here. And then we're going to talk to the damaged machinery and get nanites out of there. These can give you upgrades for your technology as well. So S-Class, A-Class, B-Class, multi-tool upgrades, stuff like that. We got nanites out of it. We got 30 nanites or so. And then we're going to come over and we're going to talk to the distress beacon. This is going to tell you the story of how the ship crashed, why, or whatever happened in the ship, and give you some background on it. And then you have two options: inspect the tech or search for cargo. As a new player, I recommend getting the tech because a lot of these technologies cost nanites that you may not have or you may want to save for something else. So I got that's the tech that I got there, was the transmitter. But we're going to take a look at the ship now and see that we have a lot of slots, but most of them are broken. So when you hover over them, you're going to see what it takes to repair them, and a lot of them, like platinum, pugnum, chromium, chromatic metal, phosphorus, you need a lot of stuff to repair these. So it might be beyond your capabilities as a new player right now, but if you look, we only need hermetic seal, metal plating, pure ferrite, and dihydrogen jelly to repair the two parts that we need to repair to make this thing airworthy, and that's the launch thruster and the pulse drive. But you can see here that this ship is worth $32,500,000. Now that number is a little bit deceiving. You can see that we have 19 of 60 unbroken slots. So that this is a 60 slot ship, but we only have access to 19 of them. That's going to come into play here in a few minutes. So, but again, hermetic seal, metal plating, those are the two that you need to repair. And I need to actually make some pure ferrite here. So we're going to do that quick. It's just ferrite dust refined in a portable refiner. Now this is all happening before I have access to the space station in the system. You don't get access to the space station right away. Once you do get access to the space station, you can actually go up and just sell this ship for parts. But being that I don't have access to that, and that's what I'm trying to show you right now, is what you can do with it before you have access to that, is you make your parts, you repair your two items, the launch thruster and the pulse engine. And you are now going to be airworthy. So we're going to fly back over to our base because we set that base up on a spot that has starships frequented. We are able to just head back to our base here. So once we land back at the base, we're going to find a ship that we like, and we're going to talk to the pilot. When we go to negotiate, you're going to see that our ship is actually only worth $5,700,000 of that $32 million, and that's because all those slots are broken. If you go through and you repair those slots, the value of the ship will go back up. But we're going to trade it for that ship, and I'm going to show you one more trick here that works with this after we're done looking at this ship for some reason. But nothing's broken here. Everything's 100%. So while you downgraded the ship technically, you don't have to do any of the work to fix it back up. You got an airworthy ship now that you can go do whatever with. But if you go run back over to the ship that we just traded and talk to the pilot here, you're going to see something interesting. If you make an offer on this ship, he doesn't want it, so he's willing to give it back to you for free. So you can actually do this. I was able to do it twice with this specific ship. After the second time, the ship took off and I was unable to grab it. So if you get back to the pilot fast enough, you can get your ship back. So if you found this video useful, go ahead and smash that like button. If you want to find your way back here for more No Man's Sky content, go ahead and hit that sub button. As always, thank you for watching and have a great day.